This is another Dollhouse tour. This one is a do-it-yourself dollhouse using an old bookcase, kind of a junkyard find. It's actually pretty tall, probably about 5 feet tall. And I can't get all the way around it. It's already in my house. This shows you that it's about maybe about 1.5 feet deep. It's got 4 rooms. The top room is behind the clock face, and I'll show you each room separately. Bottom floor is the bathroom. This is what the base looks like. This piece here and this piece here are glued in place. I can't take them out to show you any better. But this is what I came up with. The floor is actually this quilted fabric thing that's done out of aluminum foil, but it's got a cloth lining to it. It's used for some sort of insulation. Everything is made out of scrap stuff. The Vanity is actually a coffee tin. Had coffee mocha in it. It's one of those brands. And then it's got a bicycle reflector light as the countertop. And then Barbie accessories are displayed on top of it. And also inside of it. And then the stool is a cork, a lid to a juice bottle, and then a crystal knob that I had. But I thought it made a good vanity stool. What I'm going to try to do is show the pieces separately. This is the bathtub that I came up with using a dispenser bottle top as the nozzles. And this is a thrift store find. It was a bottom to a bucket of like kids' blocks or something. Any rate, everything else was messed up, but this I kept because it made a really great tub. And then this is the sink, and I used another, this one I believe was a plastic container that was a chocolate drink mix, and then the lid for a shampoo bottle. This is a plastic measuring cup, and then a dispenser lid again. And combining them, I thought it made a kind of a nice look for a modern sink in a bathroom. And then this is my toilet. It is the lid. It's actually several lids placed together. And if you open it up, I thought it made a great looking toilet. So that's that. So this is what everything looks like reassembled. And for decoration, I really like the Cheerwine Coke can. And I put some fake flowers, some silk fake flowers that I found at a dollar store. Okay, this is my kitchen and dining room. And this is the space kind of left alone. Just a paint job floor. Kind of came this way. I decided I'd go ahead and leave it. Now the artwork on the back wall, it's actually a cutout piece of fabric, and I like the design, and I thought it made an interesting kind of retro 60s art piece for the wall. And then I copied and printed off some artwork, some famous pieces, kind of like the Picasso, Salvador Dali look. This is my kitchen, and I'm showing you them separately. These are all plastic chocolate or beverage containers that you can get at the grocery store. I'm just recycling them. Now, I did kind of a very easy resolution, just in a marker pen. I drew the lines, the drawers, and all that, and just put them all in that way. I'll figure something else out later, but for now, I just kind of wanted them marked in. Now the sink, I did a little more to the on and off knobs are actually clips off of a Barbie packaging, what holds like chairs and accessories into the box itself. Once you take them out, you can kind of have some imaginative uses for them. And then the dispenser again, and I used a clear plastic fruit cup container for the sink, where you just cut the hole out, slide it in, glue it back in place. And then this is just a kitchen counter that I have a little miniature collection of teapots that I found at thrift stores and junk shops. I thought it made a nice look for the kitchen. Now this is my dining room table and chairs. Table and chairs. Something happening to my recording. This is an old bobbin or spindle or thread, it holds thread. This is a lid from an old medicine bottle, and then popped out the inside and put a fancy button in it. And then had some fabric that looked like jute, and placed it around the outside and had enough for two. So that's that. The table is actually a cardboard paper towel holder that I cut down, and then the underside, and I can't really turn it over because the stuff is kind of delicate, is an old CD that I covered with spotted fabric, and then found the right size plastic lid to cover it so that it would give it a smudge guard. And then Barbie stuff as far as the food accessories, but my plates are fancy buttons that I found at one of the local fabric shops. But you can find fancy buttons anywhere. And then I can't remember what this was, but it was something that was broken, and I liked the shape of it. And then for my candle, I used a wine cork, put like a little cloth wick, and I thought it made a nice centerpiece for my table. So that's my kitchen and dining room, all ready for date night. Oh, and I forgot this one. An old M&M's dispenser that you can get at your department store for a couple of bucks. And I've been using them in my dollhouses to use as end tables and what have you. And this one, I needed a side table for the stuff for the kitchen. And then right now it has a teapot on it. And then here is my living room. This is the room empty. It's an old shoebox that I like the look of the cover. Coca-Cola can in the background with a lid that I like. And then there's actually dollar store string of lights that you can plug in and they'll light up. And then if I can get something without the glare on it, it's a Salvador Dali art piece that I found. And then a hanging chandelier that's just bits and pieces of necklaces and rope chain. And then a clock face. And then this is a fabric swatch. Now this furniture is definitely all on the cheap side. There again, I used a cardboard paper towel holder, cut it in half, lined it with fabric, a fuzzy fabric, trimmed it down so that it was kind of just to the nubs, and then made pillows. I had these oversized accessories, and they were kind of fluffy, so I thought they were kind of a nice campy pillow. And then all these little small ones I made. And then I had some jute that I spun down to one pretty thick thread and hot glued it on. And then the legs are actually the Christmas ornament styrofoam balls that I cut in half. And then the feet on each one of those styrofoam balls are coffee creamer lids that I've stuck up inside and glued on. And that way it had some stability to it. And then I made a little side chair with a heart pillow. And so just to show you what you can do with next to nothing. And then these, actually I got off the internet and some of the websites that I follow. I can't remember the lady's name, but there's about 10 people now doing the toilet roll or the paper towel roll chairs, and you can get their tutorials. They're fairly easy. I just followed it, did what it said, made my shapes, and this is what I came up with. Now this one's a little harder to do. It's an old glass jar, and I kind of wanted to do something with the liquid glass painter stuff that you can get at a hobby store. So I like faces, so I came up with a face design, and it's got line drawings all the way around. And then to make it kind of a fancy lid, this is one of the fancier floor sliders that I've ever seen. Any rate, I only had one of them, so I thought it made a good top for this. And then it's the little Christmas ornament as a decoration on top. This is actually from a postcard I created of some of my artwork when I was doing art shows. And you just flip it down. It's fairly easy. There again, there's also tutorials online. There's tons of people doing this. And you just make a simple cut, fold it up. And I punched holes in it and added a one of those chains that you can get at a hardware store for the shoulder piece. Anyway, it fits Barbie very well and works great as an accessory in the dollhouse. Here's the dollhouse again, all put back together. Okay, this is the top floor. It's the bedroom. This is the bedroom. And there again, went online, copied off some famous paintings from Salvador Dali and Van Gogh and like that. Now, the flooring is actually, anybody that remembers albums, this is a inside of an old album that I really like the look of it. And then this is a cheap car, plastic car that I got at a dollar store. I think I actually paid $1 for it. And I wanted to cut it open. And this is actually my car bed for a Ken doll or a Barbie doll or whatever. At any rate, these are the pillows, the fabric, and it's actually got a little cushion. If you want to see a tutorial on how I did that, just write me a comment in the comment section and I'll see what I can do. Is that room redress? Now the storage units that I'm using are the little plastic containers you can get just about anywhere nowadays. Usually they're found in crafts aisles at your supermarket that carries arts and crafty things. So they're fairly inexpensive to get. And then just kind of added a couple of toys here and there to fill the room out, make it look playable. And then this is a Barbie sound box. So if you like this tutorial and review, subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks a lot, everyone. And I enjoy doing these now. And I'm still rusty, but I'm getting better at it.